In the last classes, children, we have learnt about the emergence of the new kings and kingdoms between the medieval period and how did they do their administration, as well as what did they do for their warfare practices. Then we have also learned about how did they keep their records of their wars as well as their work they did during their dynasties. We also learned about the different powerful dynasties. Okay, so now within these powerful dynasties, one of the most prominent known dynasty was the Chola dynasty. Okay, these belong to the south of India. This Chola dynasty was one of the prominent dynasties, as I said, and it flourished for a long period. Okay, it existed for a long period. Why? Because they had well developed policies through which they could run their empire. Okay, and they covered the whole of south as well as the parts of Bengal. Okay, now here also you can see that when it came to the Chola dynasties, the Gankai-Gonda king as well as the king Raja, these were the two kings who were very much well developed in terms of their armies as well as their expansion of their region. राइट, जब मैंने कहा एक्सपेंशन ऑफ द रीजन, दैट मीन्स उनका बहुत अच्छा कंट्रोल था कि वो अपने आसपास के एरियाज को और एक्सपैंड कर सकते थे, उनको कंट्रोल कर सकते थे. दे वर द पावरफुल डायनेस्टी रूलर्स. ओके, सो व्हाट डिड दे डू एग्जैक्टली टू एडमिनिस्ट्रेट? और बिकॉज ये लोग बहुत सालों तक अपना किंगडम को मेंटेन कर पाए, इसीलिए इनके किंगडम को पावरफुल किंगडम भी बोला जाता है. विद दैट दे ऑल्सो their period is called as the golden period in the Indian history, because these were the main rulers who had brought in very good policies for the social and economic development of the people in their region. Okay, right? So from Oriyar to Tanjavur, these Cholas belong to this particular clan, and they were the rulers who came from the Kaveri Delta, right? There were subordinate Pallava kings with them. Pallava kings also helped them in ruling and as well as administrating their territories. Right? Vijayalala, who belonged to the ancient chief family of the Cholas from Oriyar, captured the delta from the Mutiyars in the middle of the 9th century. Right? And he built a town of Tanjore and a temple for goddess Nishumbashudhini. Right? That was a temple which was being meant for the Devi. Right? The successors of Vijayalala conquered. What do I mean by successors? यहाँ पर जब मैं successors की बात करती हूँ, successors मतलब विजयलाला की डायनेस्टी को आगे बढ़ाने वाले उन्हीं की फैमिली के लोग. Okay? So the successors of Vijayalala Layak conquered neighboring regions and the kingdom grew in size and power, and the Pandyan and the Pallava territories to the south and north were made part of this kingdom. So the Pallavas as well as the Pandyas, these were the two dynasties who helped the Cholas in order to expand their kingdom. Out of these, Raja was the most powerful Chola king, as I said. He became a king in 985 and expanded control over most of these areas. He also recognized the administration of the empire. Recognize मतलब उनका जब किंगशिप चल रही थी उस वक्त वहाँ का जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन था, किस तरीके से उस रीजन को ज्यादा से ज्यादा पावरफुल और फ्लोरिश बनाया जाए, इस पर ज्यादा ध्यान दिया गया था. एंड हु डिड दैट? इट वाज द किंग Raja. Rajaraja's son Rajendra I continued his policies and even raided the Ganga Valley. गंगा वैली के आसपास के जितने भी रीजन्स थे उन सभी को इन्होंने अपनी टेरिटरी में कैप्चर कर लिया था. श्रीलंका एंड अदर कंट्रीज ऑफ द साउथ ईस्ट एशिया डेवलपिंग अ नेवी फॉर दीज एक्सपेडिशंस. सो तब तक ये जो श्रीलंका है इसके आसपास के एरियाज भी हमारी कंट्री के कंट्रोल में ही थे. So who expanded that? King Rajendra. And who was that? King Raja's son, the successor of King Raja. The splendid temples and the bronze sculpture. Now when it comes to the dynasty that is Chola, always the culture of the dynasty as well as you can say the social and cultural development did take place in this region. Okay, and the south kings or the kings of the southern region were very much known for their construction of temples. This is one of the temple which is at Gankai-Gonda Cholapuram, and this is very much known for the elaborated and extended and splendid structure and construction of this temple. Okay, this is the temple which was being built in the name of Lord Shiva, and King Rajaraja developed this temple. Okay, the big temples of Tanajore and the Gangai-Konda Cholapuram, built by Rajaraja and Rajendra, both are architectural and sculptural marvels. When I say architectural and sculptural marvels, means they are very much known in their build-up. Okay, they are known for their construction as well as the culture they predict. The Chola temples often became the nuclei of the settlements which grew around them. That means these were the center points. The Chola temples were the center points which helped the other areas around them to flourish. Okay, and these centers were of craft production. The temples were also endowed with the land by the rulers as well as by the others. जो भी वहाँ पर रहते थे वो वहीं के लोग उस पर्टिकुलर रीजन को कंट्रोल भी करते थे. दे वर द ओनर्स ऑफ द लैंड एज वेल एज दे वर ऑल्सो सेड टू बी एज द रूलर्स. एंड दीज टेम्पल एक्टिविटीज और द कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ सच टेम्पल्स प्रोड्यूस द इकोनॉमिक एंड सोशल एक्टिविटीज एंड इन दोज एरियाज. वहां के लोगों को अपना लाइफ जीने के लिए जो लाइवलीहुड की जरूरत थी वो सारी चीजें उन्हें वहां पर मिलना शुरू हो गई. द प्रोड्यूस ऑफ दिस लैंड went into the maintaining of all specialists who worked at the temple and very often lived near it. Who were they? The people who lived near these temples, they were the specialists. Why do we call them specialists? Because they were very much special in whatever work they did. Say for example, the priests, the garland makers. Priests माने आपको मालूम है जो पुजारी होते हैं. The garland makers जो फूल मालाएं बेचते हैं. The cooks, the sweepers, the musicians and the dancers. During this period, the dancers were also very much valued. Why? Because these were called as the Devdasis who were meant in the courtyards in order to praise the god and goddesses by performing their dances. Okay, they were very much valued. They were given a special position in the courts. And in the temples were not only the place of worship, but they were also the hub of, as I said, economic, social and cultural life as well. तो ये temple सिर्फ worship की जगह नहीं थी, but these were the areas where the people used to earn their livelihood और सोशल और कल्चरल डेवलपमेंट. कल्चर क्या था? जो भी ट्रेडिशंस और कस्टम्स मेंटेन की जाती थी उन एरियाज में, उन सभी को आगे बढ़ाना एज वेल एज गिविंग देम असिस्टेंस इन ऑर्डर टू नो दैट द पीपल हु आर पार्ट ऑफ दैट कल्चर एंड ट्रेडिशन वुड ऑलवेज फ्लोरिश इट फॉर द न्यू जनरेशंस. ओके, amongst the craft associated with the temples, the making of bronze images. Bronze image, you can see this, children. This is one of the bronze image, a sculpture which is being made by the people who were the sculptors. जो मूर्तिकार थे उन्होंने इस particular monument को बनाया, statue को बनाया है यहाँ पर, right? And it is so well decorated. You can see so much of carving is being done, and this is made up of copper. It is a copper or bronze sculpture which is made. Okay, what does it predict? It predicts the culture of the people during those days and how did they maintain their customs and traditions. Okay, of course this is one of the goddesses which has been shown here, or maybe it is a dancer who's been predicted, but how well it is designed and it gives us it can be remembered as an antique culture of our country. Okay, so the Chola bronze images were very much famous during those days, and these were also made up in the form of the deities. That means जो भी deities, gods and goddesses थे, उनका रूप इसमें दिखाया गया है. These have been predicted with their beauty in the construction or the making the sculptures of these bronze statues. How was the agriculture and irrigation during this time? You know what is agriculture? Most of the people during those days had their occupation as agriculture. And what did they do? They grew crops. Okay. And this was being again part of the people, the activity of the part of the people who belonged to the agricultural sector in the region. Okay. And for agriculture, what did they need? They need irrigation. अच्छी production के लिए crops को अच्छा पानी supply होना जरूरी होता है. So to provide the best irrigation facilities, what did the Cholas do in order to help the increase in agricultural production? Many of the achievements of the Cholas were made possible through new developments in agriculture. And what did they do? They build up channels. ठीक है, Bay of Bengal से उन्होंने connect किया एक channel. You can see here. You can see this children. ये जो area है ये पूरा Cholas का dynasty है और यहीं से जो ये coastal area है Bay of Bengal इस particular region को उन्होंने connect किया था for attaining better irrigational facilities, right? So what did they do? They build up the channels through the Bay of Bengal, and these channels overflow frequently, depositing fertile soil on their banks, and water from the channels also provided the necessary moisture for agriculture, particularly the cultivation of rice. Generally in south of India, the most prominent crop which has been cultivated is rice. Okay, so this helped out in cultivation of rice. Agriculture had developed earlier in these other parts of Tamil Nadu, and it was only from the 5th or 6th century that this area was opened up for large scale cultivation, and forests had to be cleared in some regions. Why? Because that land again was used for एग्रीकल्चरल पर्पसेस, राइट. फॉरेस्ट से हमें उतना प्रोड्यूस नहीं मिलता है जिससे कि लोग अपनी लाइवलीहुड्स को रन कर सकें, अर्न कर सकें. सो इसके लिए इट वाज नेसेसरी दैट दीज फॉरेस्ट वुड बी कन्वर्टेड, सम पार्ट्स ऑफ दीज रीजन्स वुड बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू फर्टाइल लैंड, ओके, फॉर एग्रीकल्चरल पर्पस. एंड व्हेनेवर इट वाज बिलोंग टू द डेल्टा रीजन, इट शोड अ बेटर क्वालिटी ऑफ फर्टाइल सॉइल इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोड्यूस द क्रॉप्स. So, for the betterment of the irrigation facilities, many methods were used for irrigation. Say for example, new wells were dug and the reservoirs were being built, so that you can see children in the 19th century, this reservoir was being built at the bank of a river. And why was that built? So that the fields could get the right amount of irrigation facilities. So उस जमाने में भी हमारी कंट्री में reservoirs को maintain किया जाता था, right? And the areas nearby were being used for better availability of irrigation facility. In other places, huge tanks were constructed to collect rainwater. Rainwater harvesting उस टाइम भी हमारी कंट्री में हुआ करता था. And remember that the irrigation work required planning, organizing, labor and resources. For maintaining these work, the proper labor as well as the managerial skills were required. So all that was present in the Chola dynasty, and this is how they administered the agriculture as well as the irrigation system, right? So now that we are highly developed, we are using more modern techniques, but you must also know that these modern techniques had also been initiated during the medieval period in our country, which have now been converted into modern farming methods. Okay, enough for today, children. Tomorrow, that is on Tuesday, in our next class, I am going to begin with the administration of the empire, and this would be the concluding part of the chapter. Also, we will be learning about how were the different officials being held by the Chola dynasty in order to administrate their region, okay, and become the powerful rulers.